The Israel-Palestine war caused a huge spike in oil prices this weekend. Take a listen.
But nothing today moved like oil. Crude oil rising about 5%. That's its single one-day jump in about 6 months. Concerns about the Israel-Hamas war spilling over into, say, Iran? All this is Iran's energy minister bragging today in a speech about how high Iran's oil production is, saying they have gone from just over 2 million barrels a day to over 3 million barrels a day, and that their exports have also surged, by the way, from about 1 ship per day to 3 or even 4. And the fact that our sanctions on Iran either don't seem to be working or are not being enforced, or some combination of the two, has put at least another $40 billion plus into Iran's coffers over the last 3 years. Let's talk about all of this with Rapidan Energy Group Global Director of Oil, Clay Siegel, and Cornerstone Analytic Founder and President Mike Rothman. By the way, Mike Rothman has been likely to more OPEC meetings than any American by far, going for, I think you said, 37 years. So, Mike, good to have you on as well. Clay. Mike, let's start with you. Hard to predict where this ultimately goes. Any way to model what may happen if there is some kind of incursion or retaliation on Iran?
So the question you're asking is the one people have been asking since last Saturday. And the issue with proxy wars is those that are behind it usually keep an arm's length distance so that they can't be directly engaged or blamed for what's going to happen. And we're not saying Iran is smart or dumb, but in terms of how the country's won in these various proxy wars that are afoot, it seemed pretty obvious that even though they're known to support Hamas, they would not do anything that would likely engage them directly and make Israel respond kinetically to them. So we're in the camp that Iran being engaged and the war spreading to other countries or something that looks like a repeat of the aftermath of the 6 Arab-Israeli war and Arab oil embargo is very, very unlikely.
Since this interview, however, Syria and Lebanon have already began their involvement in the war. It is highly possible that this will cause other Middle Eastern nations to become involved, causing more instability in the Middle East, thus causing a bigger spike in oil prices. This is not good at all for inflation and therefore may push the Fed to increase interest rates once more. The geopolitical uncertainty with Russia, Ukraine, and now the Middle East is a recipe for disaster and came at a horrible time. Subscribe for more updates.